Hey, my name is Malaika, and I'm on a journey to lose about 200 pounds and hopefully encouraging you along the way. And I wanted to come on and share some things that I'm going to be doing differently this year, and also some things that I'm going to keep and continue to do. So my original goal was to lose about 100 pounds for 2021, and I did not do that. So I wanted to talk about what I'm going to do differently this year and some things that worked well for me last year that I want to continue to do in 2022. One of the great things was I did stay on my weight loss journey throughout the entire year. Although sometimes I was more diligent with my weight loss journey than I was at other times, but I still made sure that I did something to move me forward every single day throughout the entire year. So I'm really proud of myself for that, because for me to stick to it long term, I know that it's working well for me and that this is going to be something sustainable. So I want to talk about 3 things that I'm going to continue to do this year, and then I'll share 3 that I'm going to do differently. So one thing that I'm going to continue to do is eat within a calorie deficit. I know there are different ways that you're able to lose weight, but the main thing is if you're eating in a calorie deficit, you're going to be able to lose weight. And I did do a video where I shared how I calculate my calorie range, and I will be recalculating that this year because I have lost some weight, and so I know that needs to shift. So I'll be recalculating that and continuing to eat within a calorie deficit. And sorry if you can hear my dog, he just walked in. The second thing that I'm going to continue to do is not restrict any foods. So I don't restrict any particular foods on my weight loss journey, and I'm going to continue to do that. It's been working well for me, and because I don't restrict anything, I don't have any like overly intense cravings that lead me to binging or anything like that. The only thing I did restrict last year was soda, and that was mainly because I was drinking soda instead of water. Like, I would drink as much soda as I should have been drinking in water. So I did restrict that, and through that I also learned that soda was triggering me for some other things as well. So other than soda, I don't restrict anything. And even towards the end of the year, I did introduce soda back in, but I'm still keeping up with my water. So every once in a while, not even on a weekly basis, I will have a soda. Like maybe if we go somewhere and grab something, then I'll get one then. But so I'm not going to be restricting anything this year either. The third thing that I'm going to continue to do is track. I like to track my calories and my meals, and that's one of the things that I would keep doing, even if I was eating outside of my calorie range, even if I was like, I'm just going to eat whatever for the day and not really try to even stick in my calorie range, I would still track for that day. And that was really important for me to continue to do that, just so that I kept myself aware that I'm on this health and weight loss journey, because I know if I would have stopped tracking, then I would have just kind of eventually forgotten that I was on a weight loss journey, and that at some point it would all went haywire and I wouldn't have even had the loss that I did have last year. So those are the 3 things that I'm going to continue to do for this year. So I'm going to continue to eat within a calorie deficit. I'm not going to be restricting any foods, and I'm going to continue tracking. And the 3 things that I'm going to change this year and that I'm going to do differently, one is meal planning. And so last year, so one of the things with me is, like, if I make a meal plan for myself, then most likely I would not eat within that meal plan. Or like if I say I'm going to eat a certain thing on a certain day, then I wouldn't eat it. And so what I would do is usually have a list of things that I want to eat throughout the week, and then like I'll look at the list and say, oh, okay, I want to eat this today, and then that's how I'll kind of pull my meals for the week. And so what I want to change this year is that I'm going to actually start meal planning. I probably won't be meal prepping much at all, but I will plan out what I'm going to eat for the week and have it scheduled. And then whether I want to eat that thing or not, just go ahead and eat it. because one of the things I found last year that really was throwing me off track is when life would get really busy, then because I hadn't really had a meal plan, I would just kind of eat whatever. Those would be, days that I would go way over my calorie range. I would eat out a lot more during those times when my life got a lot busier. And so, again, that upped my calories. And so, I want to really focus on meal planning, and even if that makes food boring for me this year, then that's what it has to be, because I really want to be more intentional about what I'm eating and when, so that my weight loss can be greater this year. So I will be meal planning this year, so that I'll be doing differently. The second thing is I'm going to actually have a schedule. So just like with meal planning, I was always kind of a schedule rebel. So I didn't really like having a schedule, and that was one of the things I liked about having my own business, is that I could kind of do things when I wanted to or when I needed to. And so now I'm actually going to set myself up with a schedule, which is also going to help me manage things better, so that if I do have those busier times, again, I'm not kind of just going all over the place and just eating whatever, because of the fact that I'm so busy now, and now I can't, now I don't have time maybe to prepare a meal or whatever. So that's going to really go hand in hand with that meal planning. So just having that schedule is really going to make me really aware of what's coming up and how I need to plan for that ahead of time, so that it's going to help me with not just my weight loss journey, but just with my life in general and with time management. So having a schedule is going to be the second thing that I'm going to be doing differently this year. And the third thing that I'm going to be doing differently is I'm not going to be eating out nearly as much as I used to. I used to eat out several times a week. I even did, that one video where I ate out pretty much every meal for a week, and was just talking about the difference in my weight loss when I actually ate in for an entire week after that. And so I'm going to be more intentional about not eating out as much this year. It's not only going to help me on the calorie side of things, but it's also going to help me because if I'm eating at home and preparing my meals more, I know what's going in my food, so I know what kind of nutrition I'm getting. And then also it's going to help with my budget, obviously, because I'm not spending as much money eating out, and we're a family of 5, so it's not cheap whenever we need to go out to eat. So that's going to help me in more ways than one. So those are 3 things that I'm going to be doing differently. 1, I'm going to be meal planning. 2, setting up a schedule. And then 3, not eating out as much. So I'm really looking forward to see what things are going to look like at the end of this year by implementing those things. If you have something in particular that you're going to be doing either the same or differently for your weight loss journey, put that in the comments. I would love to see it and let me know how things are going. And I just wanted to go ahead and share my final weight for the end of the year. So my weight on December 31st, 2021 was 284.8. And so that means I was down a total of 48.8 pounds. I was really trying to get in that 50, that 50 pounds. Like I said, my original goal was actually 100 pounds for the year, but honestly, I was probably really diligent in sticking within my calories for half the year, and the other half I was kind of all over the place. So I'm not surprised that I didn't hit that goal, but to be almost at 50 pounds, I'm still proud of myself for that. It's still progress. We're still moving forward, and that's the main thing. And once I hit my 50 pounds down, I will do another video with photos, so we can see the difference between the beginning and the end, and I'll do some measurements and things as well, so we can see how that's changed over that 50-pound loss. And I still have almost 150 pounds to go. So, and the reason I say almost, by the way, is because once I get closer to my goal, I'll see where exactly I want to be as far as my weight. So that's why I always say almost 200 pounds, about 200 pounds, because I don't know exactly what that's going to look like. But we still got a ways to go. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to follow along on my journey. And also, if I don't have a video up, make sure to check in the community tab, because I'll try to keep you guys updated there if I'm not posting a video. All right, I will see you later. Have an awesome day.